Heading: Components of Environmental Impact Assessment, EIA. Side heading: Project Screening. First point: Screening is the first component of EIA. Second point: It determines whether a proposed project requires an environmental impact assessment. Third point: Projects are classified based on the type and magnitude of environmental impacts. Side heading: Scoping. First point: Scoping identifies the key environmental issues that need detailed study. Second point: It defines the objectives, study area, and boundaries of the EIA. Third point: It prepares the terms of reference (TOR) for the assessment. Side heading: Consideration of alternatives. First point: Different project alternatives are identified and compared. Second point: Alternatives may include location, technology, design, operation, and the no project option. Third point: The alternative with the least environmental impact is selected. Side heading: Description of the project/development actions. First point: Provides details of the proposed project. Second point: Includes project objectives, location, size, design, technology, and activities. Third point: Describes construction, operation, and maintenance activities. Side heading: Description of the environmental baseline. First point: Describes the existing environmental conditions before the project begins. Second point: Includes physical, biological, and socioeconomic characteristics. Third point: Serves as a reference for comparing future environmental changes. Side heading: Prediction of impacts. First point: Predicts the likely environmental impacts of the project. Second point: Assesses short-term, long-term, direct, indirect, and cumulative impacts. Third point: Uses scientific methods and environmental models. Side heading: Evaluation and assessment of significance. First point: Evaluates the importance and severity of predicted impacts. Second point: Identifies which impacts are significant. Third point: Supports informed decision-making regarding project approval. Side heading: Mitigation. First point: Identifies measures to avoid, reduce, or compensate for adverse impacts. Second point: Includes pollution control, afforestation, waste management, and resource conservation. Third point: Forms part of the Environmental Management Plan, EMP. Side heading: Environmental Impact Statement, EIS, Presentation. First point: Presents the findings of the EIA in a comprehensive report. Second point: Includes project details, baseline data, impact assessment, alternatives, mitigation measures, and monitoring plan. Third point, the report is submitted to the regulatory authority for environmental clearance. Site heading, review. First point, experts examine the EIA report for completeness and accuracy. Second point, public comments and stakeholder opinions are also considered. Third point, ensures the quality and reliability of the assessment. Side heading, decision making. First point, the competent authority reviews the EIA report and recommendations. Second point, the project may be approved, rejected, or approved with conditions. Third point, environmental clearance is granted only after satisfactory evaluation. Side heading, post-decision monitoring. First point, monitors environmental performance after project approval. Second point, ensures compliance with environmental clearance conditions. Third point, verifies the effectiveness of mitigation measures and recommends corrective actions if necessary. Side heading, auditing. First point, environmental auditing evaluates the overall environmental performance of the project. Second point, it checks compliance with environmental laws and regulations. Third point, it identifies areas for improvement and supports continuous environmental management.